Last class we completed a nuclear fission reaction. Now we have a nuclear fusion reaction. Okay. So now we have a nuclear fusion reaction. What is the difference between nuclear fission and fusion means? In nuclear fission, we have a one heavy nuclide divided as a two equal fragments. In nuclear fusion reactions, uh, in nuclear fusion reactions, two nucleus combine to form a heavy nucleate and also high amount of energy in released in this reaction. So that is the both reactions releases high amount of energy, nuclear fission reaction as well as nuclear fusion reactions. But in nuclear fission reaction, we have release high amount of energy than nuclear fission reaction. So here in nuclear fission reaction, two, night, two lighter nucleus combine to form. Means two lighter nucleus fused together form a heavier nucleus, for example, helium or hydrogen. So this fusion combined to form a heavy nucleus is called nuclear fusion reaction. So suppose when two neutrons are combined to form a one helium nucleus, that is or one alpha particle, is this is a example for nuclear fusion reaction. For example, 1H2 plus 1H2 means two deuterium nucleuses combined to form one alpha nut alpha particle, that is the 2He4. So here I am sharing screen. So here is a nuclear fusion reaction. So this is not rotating actually. So I can open again. Here, here I am sharing nuclear fusion reaction. Nuclear fusion reaction sheet. Here we have a here. Let's see. Here you can see 1H1 plus 1H1. Two neutron nucleus combine to form a one alpha particle. Okay. Yes. Two neutron nucleus combine to form a alpha particle. 1 minute. So here. So here. So 1H2 plus 1H2. Two neutron nucleus combine to form a one alpha particle, that is the 2He4, which is a core element in stars and uh, sun. So that is a nuclear fusion reaction. Here two lighter nuclei 1H2 plus 1H2 combine to fuse together and form a 2He4 nucleus. So that is a stable heavier mass nucleus. So here energy released by process of Einstein-Mach relation. So here next concept is a stellar energy. Stellar energy is a application for nuclear fusion reaction. So stellar energy means the radiating energy from a star, so like a sun is called stellar energy. Means sun has a heavy temperature at its core. Similarly, star has a heavy temperature its core. So here heavy temperature its core, and sun consists of hydrogen and helium elements its core, and sun temperature of is a 3 into 10 to the power of 7 degrees centigrade. Means here we can say nuclear fusion reactions occurs only in presence of high temperature elements, in presence of high temperature places. So here stellar energy means there is a inside stars we have a high temperature. That's why we have only hydrogen and helium elements inside a core of a sun. So according Bethe, fusion reactions are takes place in two types of cycles. One is a proton-proton cycle and another one is a proton-neutron cycle. So how many cycles? One is a proton-proton cycle and another one is a proton-neutron cycle. So what is the proton-proton cycle means? So here in proton-proton cycle, so in proton-proton cycle, protons are fused together, finally formed a helium nucleus. So here first two protons to form a deuteron nucleus, releasing a positron and energy. Here you can see 1H1 plus 1H1 tends to 1H2 plus 1 positron plus 1 E0 plus high amount of energy Q1. Similarly, then so release deuteron. So here two protons are fused together, formed one deuteron and positron. Here release deuteron combined with a one proton, again one proton, then formed a 2He3 nucleus plus one gamma particle. So then the then the so like these two He3 nucleuses are formed inside a core of a sun. Then these two He3 nucleuses are combined to form a one helium nucleus plus two protons and Q2 amount of energy released uh, in proton-proton cycle. Finally, what happened? Four protons. Here one proton, here one proton plus one proton, two protons plus here one proton, three protons. So here one proton, four protons. Finally, 1H1 gives 2He4, one helium nucleus plus two positrons. Here one positron, and then again uh, another relation we have another positron, then two positron plus high amount of energy Q 26.7 MeV. Okay, that is the high amount of energy released. So here we have I drawn a complete proton-proton cycle in one figure. Here, one proton plus one proton, two protons are combined form a one helium nucleus plus one proton. One positron. Then this helium nucleus again combined with a one proton, then formed a 2He3 nucleus. Then two He3 nucleuses fused together, then formed a one proton and one helium nucleus. This is a block diagram of a proton-proton cycle. What is a proton-proton cycle? In proton-proton cycle, two protons are combined combined together, then finally formed a helium nucleus. This is a proton-proton cycle. Then again we have a another slide, that is a another cycle, that is a carbon proton cycle. Here carbon proton cycle. Here also, so carbon elements are fused together. Carbon elements are combined with a proton and then formed a neutron. Finally, we have a helium nucleus. Here so here we have a carbon. So here we have a carbon and a nitrogen cycle. You can see here in carbon nitrogen cycle. In this carbon nitrogen cycle, synthesis of hydrogen takes place and also synthesis of helium particles are takes place. Here carbon nucleus absorbs the proton. First we have a one carbon nucleus, that is a 6C12, absorb a one proton 1H1, then formed a 7N13, that is a nitrogen nuclide, then one small amount Q1 amount of energy released. What happened again? This formed nitrogen element 7N13 again formed with a another carbon isotope, that is the 6C13, then and one positron. These three 7N13 plus 6C13 plus one positron. These three are fused together. Then formed a what happened? 6C13 then fuses one proton, then became a 7N14 plus Q2 amount of energy, then 7N14 element fuses with a one proton, then formed a 8O15 plus Q3 amount of energy plus 8O15 element become a 7N15 nucleide plus one positron. Finally, this 7N15 nucleide. So generated 7N15 nucleide combined with a one proton became 6C12 plus 2He4, means one carbon element formed and also one helium nucleus are formed. So here finally we have a one relation 4,1H1 means 4 protons became 2He4 means 1 alpha particle plus 2 positrons also released. Finally 26 MeV energy also released. Okay. So we have I drawn a block diagram of a carbon nitrogen cycle. Here is a so when you see in carbon diagram of a carbon nitrogen cycle, you can understand total carbon nitrogen cycle. So here, what is 2s class? Here I explain a nuclear fusion reaction. What is the nuclear fusion reaction? Two lighter nuclei combine to form a heavy stable nucleus is called a nuclear fusion reaction. For example, two deuterons 1H2 plus 1H2. Two deuterons are combined, then formed a one combined to form a one proton cycle. Okay, so that is the 1H2 plus 1H2 became 2H4. Then stellar energy. Application of a nuclear fusion reaction is a stellar energy. Stellar energy means the stars have energy that is called stellar energy. Similarly, sun also emits stellar energy. Sun's matter mainly contains a hydrogen helium nucleus and its temperature of a core is a 3 into 10 to the power of 7 means centigrade, means only nuclear fusion reaction takes place at presence of high amount of temperature region. So here, so according both we have a according both a stellar energy is a result of two types of cycles, that is a carbon-carbon cycle and carbon-nitrogen cycle, and proton-proton cycle and carbon-nitrogen cycle. In proton-proton cycle, two protons are fused together. Finally, we have a two alpha particles and high amount of energy, that is 26.7 MeV. Similarly, another one cycle is a carbon-nitrogen cycle. In this cycle, carbon combined with one proton finally formed a 2 He4 and also proton and 27 MeV amount of energy released. By comparing fusion and fission reaction, we have a high amount of energy released in fusion reaction. That's why only fusion reactions are takes place inside the sun and as well as stars. Okay, that is the fusion reaction, nuclear fusion reaction.